Good afternoon, folks. It's the Startin' Park Podcast hoster Colby Evans introducing a new series called Startin' Park News, where, in general, we talk about NASCAR news, but also Startin' Park news. But in today's 2020 world of NASCAR, there's not usually many Startin' Parks, so more of the time it'll be just regular NASCAR news, but if there's any Startin' Parks, I'll gladly keep you guys updated. Looking at the Royal Truck and Trailer 200 entry list for this weekend's ARCA East and Main combination race, it looks like we maybe have two possible Startin' Parks, and obviously those coming out of the Andy Hillenburg stable because the poor guy has to enter 3 cars because the payouts are complete garbage. Owen Smith will once again run the 10 car. He's been doing just a couple of laps. Good guy. Go follow him on Twitter. Good guy. Let's look up his Twitter right now, actually. Because this guy, he's a good guy. He's at Owen Smith 3613, so go follow him. He's a good kid. So yeah, going back to the entry list, and then we got Rick Clifton, old Rick Clifton. Really nice guy, met him at Iowa a couple of times. He's driving the 11 car. Again, I'm not quite sure usually when Rick comes to drive, it is a full race effort, but with the way the 11 car has been ran this year, probably will be a Startin' Park. Well, other than that, looking at it, we got 19 cars with just 2 Startin' Parks. And that really ain't good, but by ARCA standards, looks like we got about a good 15, 16 competitive cars. So I don't think a race like this we can blame uncompetitive cars for Hailie Deegan. I think this weekend is a weekend where she really needs to show herself because looking at the entry list, I mean, we got the Max Siegel cars, David Gilliland's team, obviously. Venturini's got 4 entries. We got GMS, Bruce Cook. Yeah, so I think this weekend is going to be approving for Hailie, and I hope she does good. Notable East entries, like I said, we got the 2 Max Siegel entries, Chase Cabry and Nick Sanchez. No Max McLaughlin, which does make sense considering the fact that the Truck Series is... I'm stupid. The Truck Series is in Richmond tonight. So it makes sense that they wouldn't send the ARCA hauler with not enough employees to go over there and be competitive. Bob Pawlowski made a couple of starts. Don't really know much of him, but wish him nothing but the best. I believe he ran the race at Toledo, though, the East race earlier this year. So hopefully he does good. Other East entries... We got Mason Diaz, who's running the full East schedule in the 25, so there actually be 2 25 cars. Michael Self in the regular one, and then you got the 25E of Diaz. And then Parker Retzloff, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's driving full-time on the East side, so he'll get to drive. And then Justin S. Caro, who's made starts on both divisions. So, in this day and age, 19 is sadly a strong field, considering what we had at I-44, but... Toledo usually puts on a good show. I think with this many competitive entries, I think it'll actually be a good race. As for Brad Smith, I don't want to say he's a Startin' Park. Usually he tries to attempt races, the full race, but more than likely the short tracks are just really hard on his car and he likes to take it easy. So if Brad pulls in, wouldn't be shocked, but hoping that he gets to run the full race. As for the Xfinity races, we do have some entry list updates. Joey Gase replaces J.J. Yaley in the 07 with Donate Life Virginia as the sponsor for both races. And frankly, I'm happy. Joey Gase gets a lot of flack. And it's just because he's driving a Rick Ware car. Rick Ware obviously ain't the best, but Joey's doing the best he can. But in a ride like the 07 car, Joey will get to show you guys that he's actually a really solid driver. As long as he doesn't wreck it. He's been known to wreck some cars. Not many other entry list changes. Like I said, MBM this week is shaking up the lineup. Steven's in the 13, Chad's in the 61, and Timmy's in the 66. But again, I don't want to confirm anything that he's a Startin' Park. I don't want to say that, and I don't want to say he's a full race. Basically, I won't know until we watch the race tomorrow. Mason Massey returns, driving for B.J. McLeod in the 78. Vinnie Miller moves over to the 99. The 99 is the highest BJ car and owner points, so it makes sense why they would put him in, considering Vinny's kind of the slowest. Not many changes into race 2 other than the fact that the 54 isn't running, so at least on Saturday, everybody will get the full 36 car payouts for where they finish. Yeah. But like, as always, good luck to all my low-budget teams. And speaking of which, I've been showing the top 30 bonus lately for the Xfinity cars. And if we're going up to the standings real quick, let me get on the computer real quick and show it. What most fans don't know is that for the top 30 full season Xfinity cars, there is a bonus at the end of the year that they can get. Here, I'll adjust the camera real quick. There we go. But there's a bonus at the end of the year that they do get, and it's the top 30 full season cars, which means whether regardless of your DNQ, you have to attempt every race. And if my damn computer would hurry up, we'll get you guys looking at it. Well, I'll look at it, I'll just tell you. But right now, the cutoff is the 13 of MBM Motorsports. Even though it says they're 32nd in points, the 90 and the 16 have not attempted every race. The 90 and the 36 have switched points, so technically it's the 90. But right now the 13 is on the bubble with the 74 of Mike Harmon's 26 points behind. So hopefully Steven this weekend can do a good job and get that car higher in owner points. Not that Chad hasn't been doing a great job. It's just the nature of the beast that the back markers of Xfinity have actually been pretty competitive this year. But cars on the bubble, 28th in points is the 99 of BJ McLeod Motorsports. 28th was the 99. 29th is the 78 of BJ McLeod. 13 is 30th. The 74 and the 47 are 31st and 32nd. But judging by looking at the points, the 47, unless it goes on a tear, doesn't look like it has a chance, which is not its fault. Despite having some great runs, it's also had some bad runs. Nothing to do with Mike Harmon or Kyle Weatherman. It's just the nature of the beast. Means Motorsports, who has had a really tough year, and I think it's just the markers of a rookie driver and no practice or qualifying. They are 33rd in points, no shot at the bonus, sadly. Same thing with the 5 of BJ McLeod Motorsports, missing Phoenix, and in general, Matt Mills having bad luck. Sadly, they have no shot at that bonus either. But should be an interesting race. Obviously, it's one of the more fun things last year. It's kind of like what Spire and Spire Premium and the Gaunt Brothers were fighting for last year, but that's a situation that shouldn't be talked about. Kind of embarrassing, but yeah. And then as for tonight's truck race, no start in parks. All 36 entries are running the full race. Truck news, not much coming out. Haley Deegan's, the Deegan's podcast did say that they would like to get her at least one truck start so she can get approved to run some races next year. The race that would make the most sense would be Kansas, because she's going to be there for the ARCA race anyway. But yeah, that's looking like the race that she'll probably run to get approved for races next season. If she's ready, she's ready. If she's not, she's not. Time will only tell. Yeah. But yeah, 36 entries. Your bottom 5 are Norm Benning, 32nd, Josh Bilicki, 33rd, 34th, Ray Ciccarelli, 35th, Ryan Huff, and the greatest NASCAR driver of all time, Tim Viennes, and 36th. Oh, boy. But yeah, not much out of that. Not much start and park news. Not much in really the news. Bubba Wallace announces he's leaving the 43. Doesn't really matter to me where he ends up. But wishing Richard Petty nothing but the best. You know, it's just like Brumos Racing and sports cars. They tried their best to keep that team going as long as they could. And Brumos went out of business. And I just hope that doesn't happen to Richard Petty Motorsports. Even if they are uncompetitive, we have to have that famous 43 on that track. In my opinion. We need that famous 43. Even if it ain't ever going to win again. Which sucks. As for potential teams, you got the dummies on Twitter saying to the 48, 88, 42. Time will tell. My opinion, Landon Castle to the 43 would be a great choice. 48, I could easily see that being changed to the 25, just out of respect for Jimmy. Not saying that the 48 wouldn't be used anymore, but it would never be used by Hendrick again. Other than that, not much in the news. I keep stalling for time, right? It's the weird part about doing this all in one take. I'm not a good video editor. Nonetheless, though, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this small episode of Starting Park News. And we'll have one more episode hopefully come out tomorrow before I have to go to work. And I will sadly miss the first Xfinity race. But we'll give you guys updated on that anyway. And have a good day and enjoy the truck race.